For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
So 4 rounds now in the ring between Reynard Younger, who you see there, a 26-year-old who's 0-1, turned pro in December 2012, lost a 4-round decision. He's originally from right down the road in New Haven, Connecticut, and he's fighting a guy from New Haven, Connecticut, Jimmy Williams, who's 1-0 with a knockout win in his pro debut. That was back on January 19th. Jimmy Williams had a football career prior to becoming a pro fighter. Started boxing at age 8, but always went between boxing and football. Played some college football at Southern Connecticut State. And now a 5'11", 147-pounder as a pro fighter, fight number 2 of his career.
You know, Joe, you mentioned both these fighters living in this state. Williams is the only one who has fought in this state. His one fight in Connecticut, and for Younger, his one fight, he took it on the road. He went down south, where usually it's easier to get wins, down to Georgia, but he got a loss. That sometimes can be maybe a bad sign that he goes down there for his pro debut, where you can really choose your opponents fairly well, and he comes out of Georgia with a loss.
Teddy, the reason that we're having a delay in starting this fight is because when Medina was taken off, well, obviously the paramedics went with him, and the commission here, the Mashantucket Commission, will not let this bout start until the paramedics can return ringside to tend to Younger and Williams.
And we understand that, but in some states, that's why they have the rule where you have to have 2 ambulances and 2 sets of paramedics always on call, just in case of something like this.
So the medical staff makes their return ringside, and that will allow Johnny Callis to bring Younger and Williams together for action.
Corners. Ray, Jimmy, you received your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right now. I want you to touch gloves. The bell rings, come out fighting. Good luck to the both.
Nice man, young man. Jimmy Williams came up to me today in the lobby and introduced himself. Very eager to fight in his second fight, and even
Ready,
more
Jimmy?
so to fight on ESPN.
Good. Ready, Ray?
As you would expect. Williams is the bigger guy, Joe. He was 150, and hey, no surprise, he was a football player. He was 153 pounds, junior middleweight in his debut, while Younger was 148, which is welterweight. And now Williams down 6 pounds from his debut, the lightest of his young career, 147. Younger took this fight on quick notice, about 5 days.
That's a theme that we will talk about throughout the night, because believe it or not, in our world title fight tonight, we have similar circumstances with Gradovich, the title challenger, going up against Billy Dibb for that IBF featherweight fight. Short notice for a world title fight. As he found out in early February, there was interesting circumstances surrounding how Dibb settled in on what was really the number 3 choice to defend his title against. That fight is coming up. You see Jimmy Williams working that jab.
Yeah, Williams looks like he wants to come forward, control things with the jab you just mentioned, and then look to set up the right hand. Set the table with the jab and go to dinner with the right hand. And Younger's showing some legs to kind of move and keep Williams off balance a little bit, use that ring a little bit. If you're going to move, to me, if you're Younger in the camouflage and you're going to move, I would be telling him to move to the right, not to the left. I think he's moving the wrong way, because I'd be worried about Williams' right hand, because he's kind of telling me that he's got a good right hand, Williams. He's using that left hand, he's holding that right hand. And until I'm proven wrong, I got to figure the right hand is going to be maybe the thing I got to worry about. So again, if I'm Younger, I'm not moving to the left where you're moving into that right hand. I'm moving to the right, I think, away from that right hand.
There's a right hand by Williams as Younger tried to get his defense up. And then he comes in with a left hook and a right hand to the body in the midst of that three-punch combination.
And so far, pretty simple. We saw it from the beginning. More confidence from the 1-0 fighter than the 0-1 fighter. Williams is just being a boss right now. Behind that jab and looking to set up combinations. And I think looking to set up the straight right hand.
Williams controlling the action early here against Younger. Reminder that you can go to the Friday Night Fights Facebook page, click on the live scoring, and judge this round, and judge along with Teddy throughout the night. Always like to see how you, the fans, see the fights. And Teddy, remarkably, we are about to make it out of a first round.
And he can get it done. We'll find out, but I really think that Dib, it fits for him to be aggressive with a guy green behind the ears, like Gradovich a little bit. Show him you're the boss, come forward. And Gradovich, right in front of you, guy that throws a good amount of punches, good amateur background, as I said, pretty good skill sets. I think that it will be a competitive fight and something for our fans to watch and enjoy.
Yevgeny Gradovich, Billy Dib, IBF title fight coming up. By the way, Billy Dib promoted by the rap actor and entrepreneur 50 Cent, who will give a ring walk performance live. We will cover it as Dib comes out for our main event. You will see 50 Cent perform prior to the main event. Reynard Younger, Jimmy Williams, round number 2. Jimmy Williams shared with us what happened and the horrific news that he received back in 2008 when his mom was taken from him. She was murdered. Case is unsolved, but he keeps the fire alive inside of him with thoughts of her moving forward here in his pro career after being a college football player at Southern Connecticut State.
You know, so far, so good for Williams. Not a lot to really knock him on. You can knock Younger for being too defensive, just trying to survive early on. And I said it early that he's 0-1, and his one loss was in Georgia, where usually you go there to get a win. So that could have been indicative of maybe a problem for Younger, and so far it has been indicative of a problem for Younger against Williams. But the one thing Williams could improve on is when he's been pushing Younger around the ring, forcing him to move a little bit, he could cut it down a little better, slide over, not give that escape route to Younger. And it looks like right now, Williams has that in mind a little bit, to move laterally,
Don't punch, guys.
try to cut that ring down a little bit when Younger does what Williams expects him to do now, use his wheels.
Come on now.
Three things to do with a man moving on you, like Younger. One is to use your jab, control that outside so he can't pot shot you. The other is cut the ring down like he's doing right there, and the other is go to the body.
Oh, goes to the body well there, does Jimmy Williams.
You know, all three of the things we just said you want to do. It's funny, Williams did them in order, as though he was almost trying to show us that he understood that.
Mentioned earlier, Yevgeny Gradovich, title challenger coming up in our main event, trains in California. He does so with the talented Robert Garcia.
The most dedicated in my gym, so that itself means a lot. And we're here to come out and get him to become a world champion.
There you have it. 2012 Trainer of the Year, Robert Garcia. Joe, back to you.
Thanks, Bernardo. And you heard Garcia call Gradovich the Mexican Russian. That's the nickname he goes by, but you listen to what he had to say, and here's a guy coming from Siberia to Oxnard, California, and how he's really become part of the family there. He picked up some Spanish, and he fights with that Mexican style. Garcia just loves the kid. And now here you see a continued attack from Jimmy Williams as Younger comes forward looking to clinch for a moment there.
I said it earlier, Younger concentration is on surviving. Williams is on winning. The only thing Williams doing a good job there, but
Step back.
Sometimes he gets a little wide with his punches, Williams. An opportunity for Younger maybe to block and then punch in between one of those wide shots, but you have to want to do it. You have to have the intent of punching in between those shots, even if they're wide. So far, Younger doesn't really have that intent. And there's different ways to go about defense. 3 different ways. Use your legs, move your head, block. Younger goes about it the one way, doing that, blocking.
Just covering up there when Williams comes forward with that attack. There's more work with the jab from Williams.
The problem with just blocking like Younger does, like that, is you allow your opponent to put punches together. You handcuff yourself, your opponent recognizes it, and he does that. He puts 2, 3, 4 together. Although that time, Williams only went with 2.
Saw the CompuBox numbers there. Almost 2 minutes into round number 3, in dominating form by Jimmy Williams. There was a wide left hand, and the right hand was blocked.
See, I like a guy to move his head. I mean, it creates offense, obviously creates opportunities too, but when you move your head, you make your opponent miss. He can't keep throwing at you. He's got to worry then about leaving himself open.
Break. Let go of each other. Step back.
But when you're just blocking punches, like Younger does, well, Williams doesn't have to worry so much about something coming back. See, there is opportunities there for Younger. If he could get into the right mental frame of mind and decide to do more than survive, he can punch in between some of those wide shots of Williams.
Let go of him, Jimmy. Let go of each
There's
other.
still
Let go
hope.
of each other. Let go of each other.
But somebody's got to get in the ear of Younger in the corner and say, hey, you've lost every round so far, but there's still hope in this last round to catch him a big shot, and you better do it.
Bernardo, his IBF featherweight title fight. Billy Dib, Evgeny Gradovich, that is coming up in our main event. Dib, of course, promoted by 50 Cent. You heard Bernardo talk about that. 50 Cent, very exciting for this outing tonight. Visited with him earlier. It's going to be part of Teddy's fight plan, and he also will perform live during the ring walk of Billy Dib, and we'll bring you complete coverage of that. 4th and final round here between Williams and Younger.
Again, every round I have on the scorecard, and I would hope the judges have it the same way, because blind mice could get this one right. Unfortunately, sometimes judges in this business behave like blind mice, but this one seems to be pretty easy. 3-0 Williams, but there is an opportunity for Younger if he wants there to be an opportunity. It all starts with the want, not just the know-how, not just the ability, but the want. Younger wants to get in close like he has been in some rounds, and when he blocks something, pitch back, maybe he can find Williams in between one of those wide shots. So far, the want, minute and a half into this round, is not there. Not for Younger. Such a mental game. It's a physical game, it's a technical game, but such a mental game. Younger comes in 0-1, doesn't have to. Williams comes in 1-0. Confidence is showing.
Both guys grew up in New Haven, Connecticut, just about an hour down the road. Younger made his way to Georgia. Williams played college football on the Connecticut shoreline, stayed there, and now he's in the midst of his pro career.
Smart kid, Williams, graduated with a communication degree from, as you said earlier, Joe, Southern Connecticut State University in New Haven.
Lives right near Chad Dawson, the light heavyweight champion.
Now you see Younger moving his head instead of blocking, looking for a counter. Now the problem, too little too late, and looking for one shot at a time. Looking for one shot at a time instead of combinations.
On the inside, just able to get away from that right hand.
That's it, come on, work it hard, baby, work it hard. 15 seconds, Jimmy. Come on, baby. Come on. We're there. We're there.
Here the corner of Williams imploring him to finish strong here in the final 10 seconds. That was a good right hand, came in just before the bell.
Nice job,
Younger
guys.
and Williams go the distance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges, Don Ackerman, Bill Morandi, and Glenn Feldman, are in agreement, scoring it the same 40-36, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Jimmy the Quiet Storm Williams.
So New Haven, Connecticut's Jimmy Williams, now 2-0 to start his career. Younger drops to 0-2.